Hi, it's Dave Oates, Head Researcher at FinderMonkey. Back to answer another question today. It's one I've answered before, but it comes up a lot, and I think it's worthwhile going over it again. And that is, can you find people in other countries? The simple answer to that is yes. We certainly we look for people all over the world, and we've found people all over the world as well. Some in some really weird and wonderful, strange places, but there are also a lot of common connections between England or Great Britain and the UK, and sorry, and other countries in the world such as Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the USA, South Africa. There's certainly been a lot of migration over the years, so there's a lot of people who are connected with the UK who might be looking for somebody who may be in those other countries. So we certainly do a lot of that, but then there are other countries as well, and more recently you find people living in and across Europe, a lot of people retiring to different places in Europe, particularly more hotter countries as well. So we certainly do an awful lot of that. In terms of what you can do yourself to find somebody, I think the first thing is to perhaps understand and know where you're actually looking. Because if you can't find, if you know somebody's in a specific country, then it's worth trying to figure out how you might find them there. But first, you need information to suggest that they're even there. If you don't know where they are, but you know they're not in the UK, then it obviously becomes very difficult. The best thing I can advise in those situations is find other information, find other people who can actually give you that information. So if you're looking for a person who's originally from the UK and you can't find them but know they've left the UK or suspect they might have done, then look at their family. Who else who knows them, who might be able to tell you where they've gone, even if they can't actually say where they are now, but actually say, yeah, 30 years ago they emigrated to Australia, then it's worth then starting to concentrate your searches in that specific place. There are quite a lot of tools available online to help find people, but it really depends upon the country. So I can't give you advice for every single country at this moment in time. But you do find, obviously, English-speaking countries, it's always going to be easier, and particularly ones that are quite well developed will often have more resource to find people available online. So that's the best advice I could give, really. We ourselves don't, most of the searches that are involved in the countries, we have a great network of agents, particularly in the countries that we use an awful lot. So we have trusted agents who we can send our information to, and they will go away and access information that perhaps we can't access from the UK and find the information that we're looking for. And hopefully we know then that we're finding the right people because we're getting the best sources of information to track those people down. I hope that answers your question about finding people overseas. But if you do have any questions about it or any specific countries you're curious to know more about, I'd be happy to answer them. So if you want to pop them in the comments below, and I'll come back to them another day. Thanks for watching.